Suddenlink, in partnership with Dave Campbell's Texas Football, believe in great connectivity and supporting each community it serves. And that's why we've teamed up for the third consecutive year to present the Dave Campbell's Community Connector School Program presented by Suddenlink. This fall, 15 schools will be spotlighted, and at the end of the season, communities will rally the vote to be named the Community Connection School of the Year and a chance to receive a $2,500 donation, thanks to the support of Suddenlink. Today, we are proud to spotlight our Community Connection School of the Week, Rockwall-Heath High School, and the recipient of our Community Connector Award, Shannon Rodden. Shannon has been selected to receive this nomination for all of his hard work, dedication, and service to the Heath community. Joining us to celebrate Shannon this morning, we have the principal of Rockwall-Heath High School, Todd Bradford. We have the director of athletics for Rockwall ISD, Russ Reeves. We have head football coach and campus athletic coordinator for the Heath Hawks, Coach Mike SPRADLIN. And joining us on behalf of Suddenlink, we have regional vice president, Mike Petty, and market engagement specialist, CURT Allison. Shannon, you've been a member of the Rockwall-Heath community for several years. Tell us a little bit about what your reaction was when you found out that you were the recipient of the Community Connector Award, and what motivated you to get involved in supporting Heath High School and their students?
Well, my initial reaction, I was sitting there with Coach Kendry McNeil, and Coach Spradlin came in, and it's very humbling. That's all I can say. I'm usually not very speechless, but incredibly proud, but also surprised. We all volunteer. We all have the capacity to volunteer, and it has just been such a blessing. It's one of those things. I coached right out of college, and left to make a better life for my family. But it's like you never leave coaching. You can leave the job, but it's always in you. And just being involved with these guys, it's just been. I've been blessed more than I can imagine.
Coach Spradlin, when we talked, you described Shannon as a servant leader. Tell us a little bit about what Shannon means to the Heath Hawks community, and why is it so important to have leaders like Shannon involved in supporting your students and program each and every year?
Rob, I think if you recall our conversation, I didn't hesitate a second. It wasn't like I had to think about it. And Shannon was absolutely the first guy that came to my mind. I mean, since I arrived at Heath a couple of years ago, it was obvious his dedication, starting off, quite frankly, with just, he does every radio broadcast, streaming, all those things, but he's just invested in our kids. I mean, all our kids know him. He's a fantastic guy. He's very visible. And I just think, when I think of someone that promotes what we think we're about, right, and what we're trying to be about, man, Shannon's the epitome of that. We're looking for people, and we want our kids to be people who are leaders in our community. And, well, there's no question about it, Shannon's that guy for us.
Now, Coach Reeves and Coach Spradlin, I think that you guys would agree with me when I say that Texas high school football is unlike anything else in the world. And it's so much more than just the product on the field. It's the community support that we have. It's volunteers like Shannon that volunteer their time to make Friday night special. Coach Reeves, tell us a little bit about what Shannon means to the Heath Hawks community, and why it's important to have leaders like him involved each and every Friday night.
Well, after being in education for 30 plus years, one thing I've noticed about championship programs is that everybody's pulling in the same direction. And that includes the school, the teams, the coaches, and especially the community. And one thing that we're blessed about in Rockwall ISD is that we have great community support, but Shannon has kind of elevated himself over that great community support with all the efforts that he does. He is truly about what's best for promoting our programs and our kids. And he talked about being blessed. We're blessed because of Shannon. And so, all the effort that he does, and he truly cares, and he loves this community. And that's why he's on the screen today, because we've got to have people like Shannon to promote our programs in a positive way. And he does that very well. And every time we get a chance to promote ourselves, we want a positive expression of what we do. And Shannon is one of our best spokespersons. So we can't be more blessed to have Shannon with us.
And we are so grateful to have this opportunity to recognize Shannon with the Community Connector program. Thanks to our partners at Suddenlink. We are in year 3 of our partnership, and we've actually grown this program from honoring 5 schools back in 2019 to getting the opportunity to honor 15 schools across the state of Texas, and couldn't do that without the support of Mike and Kurt from Suddenlink. Mike, I want to start with you. Tell us a little bit about why it's so important for Suddenlink to partner with Dave Campbell's Texas Football to spotlight Texas high school communities, and how special is it for you to see a school like Heath, a community in which you guys serve each and every day, receive recognition like this?
Yeah, thanks, Rob. We have been doing this for a while, and we see the value, and Kurt and I have had the opportunity to do lots of these interviews, and being able to recognize community connectors like Shannon is really special. And Heath or Rockwall is a very important market for us, and so we like to invest in the communities that we serve. And so this is just a small way that we can recognize Shannon, but also the community. And so, Shannon, it's near and dear to my heart. I spent 10 years doing spotting and scoring in the booth for the Kansas City Chiefs, and now I do it for high school in Frisco. And so I know what you're doing, and it's an honor to serve that way, but it's also something that you can give back to the community. So I appreciate everything you're doing. Obviously, you are well loved and blessed, and so it's an honor for us to be just a part of that.
Absolutely.
And Kurt, that same question to you. How special is it for you to see a school like Heath High School receive recognition like this, a community in which you guys serve each and every day, and tell us just a little bit about what it means to you?
Well, obviously, our partnership with you guys, and I know all you guys are familiar with this magazine, right? And the partnership that we have with Texas Football and with Dave Campbell, and being able to be a part of that Rockwall community just makes it even better. And Shannon, I'm one of those people that you tell what to do. Like, I show up at the concession and I work my booth while my daughter's out playing her game or while the varsity's playing and so forth. And thank God for you. I can't imagine having to organize all of that and keep it going. And to be a part of a community like Rockwall that is growing so fast, and your school that has grown so fast. It's just amazing to be able to jump on y'all's bandwagon and to be a part of what you guys have going on there at Heath, and to do that with Dave Campbell, and to see you guys. I'm looking forward to see you guys at the feature competition this week. And even further, as we have these 15 schools, we'd love to see you guys defeat all of them. I'd love nothing more than to be there at your stadium with Mike and us presenting you guys a big old check. We encourage you. We thank God for people like you, Shannon. You are the blessing, and you are the example for the rest of us in ways to give back and be those examples to our students and our student athletes and our leaders within our communities. And so thank you. Rockwall is very important to us as Suddenlink, and we need guys like you, and we need groups like this to recognize you, and it's well deserved.
Thank you.
Principal Bradford, tell us a little bit about what it means to you to have partners like Suddenlink who are committed to recognizing the community efforts from folks like Shannon, not only there at Heath High School, but across the state of Texas.
Business partnerships are the lifeline for school districts. We're always looking for ways that we can gain support from our local business communities. And Suddenlink and Dave Campbell says, they obviously provide some great resources and tools for people like Shannon to have a platform to connect our communities. High schools are the flagship part of our community, and the reason why most of the people move to our community is based upon our schools, and so they love to be connected. And what better way to have that connectivity is through people like Shannon who give his time. And I'm going to get on the Shannon bandwagon real quick, if you don't mind. Any man who, by the way, volunteers his time to do powder puff every year. Just such joy when he does it. Doesn't even balk at the request. Again, partnerships are so vital to our success, and particularly here in Rockwall-Heath, particularly Heath High School. With Suddenlink and Dave Campbell's, again, those partnerships, they are such a vital piece of our Friday night experience. And Shannon has had the opportunity to help connect the community members who can't make it out to games, for example, to keep involved in our community, in our Heath Hawk community. And, we just praise his work, his efforts, because he is one of the most recognizable people in our community. I honestly didn't recognize him without a hat and an H hat on, to be honest with you, at first. But there you go. He's got it. But anyway, no, we do appreciate the partnerships and the time that Suddenlink and Dave Campbell's has given us to honor people like Shannon, because there are many people in our communities that Suddenlink and Dave Campbell serves who are doing the same type of work. And so we do appreciate those partnerships and the opportunity to recognize people like Shannon for their volunteer work that they do to better our communities.
Shannon, I'm going to give you the final word. Do you have any final words for the folks at Suddenlink and the team here?
Guys, I mean, I'm overwhelmed. Usually not speechless, as these guys can tell you, but there's just so many great people in this community. We were fortunate enough, my wife Jennifer and I, she's the real volunteer in the family, being president of Amica, and several, she's the one that volunteers for everything and inspires me. But to be able to raise our 4 kids here in the community, they were the first generation of Hawks when the school opened 2005, 2006. I think we moved here in 2004. And there's just so many people that, that are deserving of stuff like this. I am, humbled beyond words. But the main thing is just like the teachers and the coaches, firemen, policemen, everybody that that is part of the community, and all the parents that volunteer. You don't do it for stuff like this, but it is very humbling to be recognized on something like this. But for all the people that are out there, there's people more probably more deserving. But I am incredibly proud to wear the H, and I'm luckiest guy here to be able to, I get all access to great people like Coach SPRADLIN and Coach Harvey. Coach Reeves and I talk. We play golf in the summer. Just, we're all sports fanatics, and we're sports geeks, and to be able to do what we do, and same thing, to be able to partner and to even be able to have access to do what we do is very humbling, and that's we'll continue to represent the H, and got to call a state championship recently, and hope to be calling another one here in sometime around mid to late December.
Well, we look forward to seeing you do it, Shannon. On behalf of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and Suddenlink, congratulations again to Heath High School for being named our Community Connection School of the Week, and to Shannon Rodden for receiving the Community Connector Award. In honor of this recognition, Suddenlink will be making a $250 donation back to the Heath Hawks program in your name. Thank you again for all you do to support your school and your local community. Rockwall-Heath High School is now one of 15 schools in the running for the Community Connection School of the Year Award, and a chance to receive a $2,500 donation for their school. Voting will take place at the end of the year on texasfootball.com. And Hawks fans, it will be up to you to rally the vote to lift Heath High School to the top. Thank you again to Principal Bradford, Coach Reeves, Coach SPRADLIN for joining us to recognize Shannon. And last but not least, thank you, Mike, Kurt, and the team at Suddenlink for your support of the Community Connector School program.